Community Church since 1986. And we are so thankful for their ministry over so many years. They've been involved in church planting, working in both France and Switzerland. Meg is certified in biblical counseling, has been helping ladies around the world. Even an outreach now with Calvin Tours in Geneva. John also does an itinerant preaching all over the place in the French-speaking world. I know down to Madagascar and Burundi and many other places as well. And also helps with shepherding many of our missionaries as well. So it's a joy to have them here tonight. I'm going to ask John to share a little bit about their ministry, and then we'll pray for them together. John.
Well, good evening, and thank you, Rodney, very much. It is a real thrill and honor to be able to give a brief report of our ministry this evening. First of all, we were asked to give a brief update on our backgrounds, so let me tell you about us a little bit. Meg was raised in Seattle and got saved in Japan when she was an exchange student there at the age of 16. After graduating from the University of Washington, she became a flight attendant with Pan Am and was based in New York. I was raised by American expat parents in Geneva, Switzerland, and at the age of 19, in my hippie days, that's right, I backpacked from Switzerland to India and was led to Christ by a Dutch missionary on the street in New Delhi. After graduating from Syracuse University in New York, I also became a flight attendant with Pan Am, and I was also based in New York. And you may guess the rest of the story. We met in the crew lounge of JFK Airport. After Pan Am, Meg and I came out to California, where I attended Talbot Theological Seminary here on the Grace Church campus. I graduated the year before it became the Master's Seminary. I was ordained in 1985, and we left for the mission field in 1986, first to Paris, France, and then to Geneva, back to my hometown. I think the next picture is our kids. We have 3 grown children. On the left is our daughter, Kimberly. She currently lives in France, about 1 hour away from us. Top right is our son, James, and his wife, Salumi. They live in Dubai. And bottom right is our son, John William. He lives in Miami and travels extensively around the world for his work. He attends, for some of you who may know him, Eric Bancroft's church in Miami. Actually, John William is here with us tonight. He's got the checkered shirt on over there. Yes, John William. The next map shows where we minister. As far as ministry is concerned, Meg and I spent the first 10 years church planting in Paris, and for the last 27 years, we've been doing church planting in Geneva, Switzerland. Now, Geneva is a fascinating city. It has a greater population of about 1 million people. 33,000 of those people work for the United Nations and its 181 permanent missions in Geneva, and for its 471 NGOs in Geneva, making Geneva clearly one of the most international cities in the world. Next slide. In our 27 years in Geneva as church planters, the Lord has graciously allowed us to help start directly or indirectly a total of 9 churches, representing 880 people attending all those churches today. Now, this photo is pretty cool because it depicts the last church we planted, a church I turned over to a French pastor just last year. Now, what's unique about this church, 2 things. First of all, at the height of it, we had 42 different nationalities in the church. But our building is maybe even more unique, as you can see. That is not the whole building, okay? We meet in the VIP section of the Geneva Soccer Stadium with huge bay windows looking into the stadium. Now, frankly, it's a bit distracting when there's a soccer game going on. So we put this big blue curtains up, and then you feel like you're in the Holy of Holies. So that's kind of cool, too. We also would like to thank James and Julia March, who worked with us there for 4 years. Now, the next slide depicts 2 other very exciting ministries that Meg and I are involved in. First of all, Calvin Tours. So as soon as we moved to Geneva 27 years ago, suddenly, you wonder why, everyone wanted to come to Geneva and see us, of course, for us, and John Calvin Tours, okay? They really wanted to see John Calvin Tours, and who ministered in Geneva for 25 years until his death in 1564. So this led me to write my doctoral thesis at the Master's